そのまま
And welcome back, everybody. This time around, we'll be reviewing basically all 65 minigames the Dream Explorer has to offer, though that number is pretty loose, as to keep this video to a decent length, I'll be skipping my reviews of the F and D ranked games. Feel free to check them out, but maybe they're not worth the time and effort. If you haven't already, please check out the previous video for some context as to what this homebrew software actually is for your Sega Dreamcast and its VMU, and let's get into this. So first off, this one is fantastic. It's called Dooner Fighter. You know, like Lunar, but Dooner Fighter. Whenever you get in here, it says copy to VMU and play an emulator. So if you copy to the VMU, that's obviously how you copy it to the memory card and play it on the go. And play an emulator is what we're doing here. Anyways, you get in here. It's not timed right. That doesn't matter. It's fantastic. I'm the guy on the left. This guy on the right's taunting me. You press one button to punch, the other button's to kick. I love the little kick. Look at his little leg. Oh gosh, it's so fun. You get in there and it gets all intense. And he throws a punch and you can back away before he punches, but maybe not. Oh, look at how cool it is. Those little kicks. And with that, I got my butt beat. Fantastic little game. So in my opinion, this has quite the replayability and it's very charming, so that's an A. Next up, we have Lightsaber Battle. Now, this one only specifically works inside the VMU. The timing is why. It has to be, you'll notice, timed just right to hit your opponent, and it only takes 2 hits to kill him. So, there's not the, it's like Star Wars, so that's a C, I guess. After that, we have Metroid. I love this little game to death. It's not exactly a game, but if you just press in the direction you want to go, you can use the A and the B button to also, shoot things or crouch down into the little ball. As after I get up this elevator, you'll see. And it's cool. You don't have to get the upgrades. Maybe you get the upgrades. I went and got the upgrades. I took the beak. I don't play enough Metroid to know what that means. But this is running on a VMU, and I think it's just so fantastic. Oh gosh, and it was just so quick to death. This one is definitely an A. Even though it's a little fan animation thing, it's an A. Next up, we've got Paper Attack, but it's actually Swampy. Don't know why it's labeled as Paper Attack. So in Swampy, you'll notice it's not timed right, but that's fine, because all you're doing is just hopping from lily pad to lily pad. And you just want to clear all the lily pads. And that's the game. It's so simple. I love it. I think this is a B. This is a solid B. Not as cool as Metroid, but man, this is quite the replayability. Nice little puzzle game. Next is the adventure category, but I'm going to save that one for last. There is quite the games in there. So we'll jump over to arcade real quick, and we're going to start out with Cardcaptor Sakura Breakout. It's an official licensed game for the VMU, and it is timed wrong, and I forgot. And I started it up on here. It looks so good. So here it is. If you'll notice, it plays totally normally, and it's got some sound. All of the VMU sounds are basically annoying, but they're kind of cool. And it's Breakout. This is a B. It's a B for Breakout. Next up, we've got Minesweeper. How bad could this be, right? It's just Minesweeper. Well, to start, you can adjust how many bombs are hidden, and that's kind of nice. Press A to start the game, and there's just a bunch of question marks. And after I played this game for a little bit, I started to remember, hang on, I hate Minesweeper. See, there's just, it's just Minesweeper. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a C. Next is a trio of games. They're officially licensed, and they are rhythm games. That's called Poppin' VM, Volume 1, 2, and 3, I guess. They have to be played on the VMU specifically, if you'll notice here. In order to press the things on screen, you have to use left, up, right on the D-pad, or A and B. As it is along the line, the down button does nothing, and that's it. And they are They're a little challenging, but the songs are kind of cool. So, with all three of these being what they are, I'm just gonna rank them all together. It's the same thing with more songs. They're all A's. These are A's. Up next is Space Invaders. How good or how bad could it be, right? Well, I am pleased to tell you that Space Invaders, it's basically fantastic. I think they come down, they definitely go left, and they definitely die when you hit them with a missile. So for that, that's an A. And for next, a personal favorite of mine, it is called Tiny Tetris in here. And here it is labeled as Tetris in the game. And it is Tiny Tetris. Look at it. You can only rotate clockwise using the A button. And that's it. Look at how small it is on this little screen. It looks a lot better in person with your own two eyes, but yeah, wow. I've played this too much. That is an immediate S rank. I love Tetris. Where's the T rank for Tetris? And up next we have Trickstyle Junior VMU game. And this one also specifically has to be played on the VMU, can't be emulated, it runs way too fast. Okay, so futuristic, skateboard-ish, hoverboard racing. What's the game gonna be? Oh, look at that, it's Snake. It's actual Snake. And it's good. It's not just 1 pixel, you get 5 pixels to run into. I guess 4. But it's good, and it's Snake, and it is a B. The other snakes could learn a thing or two from this. Ridiculous. Then we have VMU Mini Pac-Man. How good or bad could this be? Oh, emulator detected, timing might be inaccurate, but guess what? It's not. It runs just fine on the emulator. And when you get in here, you'll notice that map is tiny. How can you see yourself? It zooms in, that's how. And it moves. It moves real slow. It makes the ghosts a bit more stressful for me. There is even power pills. I cannot catch him. So, Mini Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man on the VMU. That's an A. And next we are jumping over bonus, clock, and demo, anim. Interactive animation? Probably. Yeah, that makes sense. What do we got here? There's a lot of them, but we were only talking about a few. This one is Outrun. Let's see how good or bad it could be. It's running a bit fast. Press A. Okay, I pressed A and it didn't really matter. I was holding left, so I'm not holding left anymore. I was trying to press A. I'm holding left. Okay. And then I'm going to hold right because I knew this curve was coming up. And then oh, there's a car. So you basically have to hold in the direction that you know you need to before that part comes up or you're going to crash. It's kind of like a game. It's just, the same things every time. It's not going to be different. So for that, I'm going to give this a C. It could be better. It could be worse though. Up next, we have some games with actual meat on their bones, basically. It's Chow Adventure 1 and 2. I'm just going to combine them together because they're basically the same game. What they are is little Tamagotchi things for your Chow from the Sonic Adventure games. You can name them, check their stats, play little games with them. They can find things that you can take back and feed them, plant little trees. In the second one, he's a bit more inquisitive, and as you can see, he just wants to learn a lot. So let's tell him my name. Okay, yeah, and they ask a lot of questions. It's Tamagotchi games. They're Chow. A. They're both A's. Next up is Godzilla, another Tamagotchi game. He looks to the right and then to the left and keeps saying menu 1 and menu 2. Menu 1 says Bokujo, menu 2 says Gekitsui, but it doesn't really seem like I can select either of them. They don't really do anything. If I knew what was going on here, this would be a B, but this is just a C. And next we have Hello Kitty. It is another Tamagotchi game. However, this one I feel is a lot better. It's more of a Tamagotchi than the actual Chow Adventure is. But as you can tell, it's not running at the proper speed. It's all in Japanese. Everything here presumes that you have a little bit of experience in reading Japanese. And this is Hello Kitty's room, and it says welcome, and Hello Kitty is happy. And you do a whole bunch of things. So if you can read Japanese, this is right up your alley, I bet. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a B. It has quite the replayability. It's a whole Hello Kitty game. Next on the list, we have a DC animation, but it is called JoJo's Problem, and much to my dismay, it does not have anything to do with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. However, I do find this game to be pretty enjoyable. It is obviously timed a little off. It's just a bit fast, but it is still doable. Once you get the pattern of it, you keep helping JoJo. You throw the trash into the black square or something, I don't know. You keep helping JoJo. That's an okay game. Yeah, that's a B. Alright. Up next is Pinta Quest. This is another officially licensed game. I gotta say, I don't know what's going on here because I haven't played Arcadia, but it looks like a whole little adventure game. What you do is you leave the screen on. That boat keeps flying through the air. I'm just looking at some stats here. You can see items, gold, map, turn on or off the sound. Map is big. I do not know exactly how to explore it, but you just, like I said, you leave the screen on, the ship keeps flying, and sometimes it has you do mini games like this. Mind you, I had to wait quite a while to get this. I cut out the waiting. This one is a dodge the rocks. The bottom thing there is your health bar. You just don't get hit all the time. Yeah. The less health you lose, I imagine the more gold you get at the end. I'm not sure if any of this is transferable back to the game, but it's obviously its own little, got a whole bunch of little mini games here you can do on Pinta's Quest. I gotta say, this whole little thing is really enjoyable with the couple different mini games it does offer. I don't have all of them shown for you here, but I'm gonna give this one an A. It's got quite the replayability. It's its own little adventure thing. Yeah, that's an A. Next we have Pocket GT. And as you see here, there is the European, Japanese, and USA versions. They are all the exact same. I don't know. So just fire up this USA one. Another officially licensed game, mind you. So that's always nice. And here's all the settings you can change. In the training thing, it just tells you how many days left. You start your training. It's technically begun, whatever that means. I don't know. This is the main game. This is the gameplay. You can move up or down on the screen. I don't know why you'd want to hang out up top. You press A and it goes faster. And you have a certain number of hits you can take. That's it. Okay. I'm going to give this an A. Next is one of the 3-in-1 compilation games. This one here is Power Stone Mini. Inside here we have the mini games, high score, and the sound toggle as usual. So for these 3 mini games, we've got Falcon's Aerial Adventure, Ayame's Shuriken Training, and Gunrock's Gun Slots. Aerial Adventure, you're a plane, you're moving, you don't make it go faster like the previous one. It's not an apple, by the way, that is a bomb. So don't hit those. Next is Ayame's Shuriken Training. This one feels pretty cool to play. And the ninjas come out. Oh. I'm going to throw shuriken at them. +1, that's 1 score. Oh, no. Oh, there's another one. Yep. It's basically a shooter. In some sense, you're throwing shuriken at ninjas. That's kind of fun. That's cool. The third one is Gunrock's Gun Slots. It is a slot machine. You can multiply your bet. And it's a slot machine. Overall, I'm giving Power Stone Mini a B though. This whole averages out for a B. The second compilation game is Soul Calibur VMU Game Pack. Another officially licensed game. Like I said, always nice. These 3 games are Voldo Panic, Soul Calibur World Scramble, and Cannon Dare. So to get into Voldo Panic, and as you can see by his creepy little walk, I love it. He's got swag, you know. He bends over, he's ready. You move left and right. If you hold the buttons, A makes you dash, B makes you hyper dash. They're both way too fast. But yeah, the gameplay. You bounce the things over, you get to the right side of the screen, you get some points. Up next, we have the Soul Calibur Word Scramble. How cool could this be? I'm not even going to look at directions, it's a word scramble. You just swap the letters. Yup. You move them left and right. Riveting gameplay. It made the word Qatar. Alright. Next we have Cannon Dare. How interesting could this be? Let's see what these directions are. Okay, just trying to light a fuse. Select a fuse and you light it. Okay, he's something. That's a lot of fuses connected to one fuse. Let's pick the shortest one, I guess by some definition. It's going. He doesn't seem to like that. Okay. Overall, I'm going to give the Soul Calibur VMU game pack a C on its average. Next on the categories is Rockin' B. I'm guessing this is somebody's programming name. I've never heard of the genre of video games called Rockin' B, but let's see. Yeah, so it's a bunch of things made by somebody named Rockin' B, presumably. But the only thing we're interested in right now is this All-Stars VMI. It's a 13-in-1 VMU compilation game. However, there's actually 14 in here, but only 11 of these are games. So, we've got several different things to check out. Let's start evaluating this. Up next is Tetris. It's Tiny Tetris from earlier. How awesome, that's an S. Alright, we've already been over that one. Next is Actual Paper Attack. Unlike earlier, which said Swampy, this is the only place you can play Paper Attack now, is inside the compilation game. You're shooting bundles of paper, and you're a paper airplane. This is just a C. It's running, but it's nothing. Space Invaders. It's the exact same Space Invaders from before. That's an A. After that is Swampy. It is actually Swampy and not Paper Attack. You know Swampy. You just clear out the lily pads. It's a puzzle game. Yup, that's a B. Next up is 4 Wins. You know, it's 4 in a row. And on this one, I guess you can play a couple different versions and maybe even against a second player. If you connect a second VMU with this on there, I don't really know. Probably not. You probably just hand it to your friend. So yeah, it's Connect 4. The computer uses squares, you're the X's. Yep, that's a B. Next we have Minesweep, as it says. It's just Minesweeper from earlier. Remember that one? Yeah, it's a D? It's a C? What do we got here? Oh, it's a C. After that we have I Do You Do, which is the good Simon Says. Look at this gameplay. Look at these graphics. And it's not the same every time. It's different. Whenever you turn it on, you start up a new game, it does not use the same button patterns as before. This is actual Simon Says. It's normal. It's good. This is a B. Next isn't really a game. This is VM Sketch. You know, it's an app. I'll show you here. It's, you know, you press B and it deletes everything. You hold A and it slowly fades everything away. Or vice versa on the button input. I don't really remember. It's been like 24 hours since I recorded that. Let's see. Overall, I have to give this whole 13-in-1 All-Stars VMI. That's a solid B. That's got a lot of stuff on it. It's got Tetris and Space Invaders really pulling it through. Let's get into the next category here, which is sport. There is quite a number of things in here, however, only 2 of them are good, I swear. To start off, we have Gym Bowl. It does run fast on here, but it is playable. It'll obviously run at normal speed on the VMU, but as you can tell, you just want to get a strike. For what purpose, I don't know. But I got to admit, it is a little fun to try and, get a strike, and whenever you do, it feels pretty good. So I'm going to give that a B. That's a B for bowling. Gym Bowl, B. After that, this is VMU football. This one can only run on the actual VMU itself. It doesn't run well on the emulator. It's way too fast. So here's some of that. It looks like you're supposed to dodge these guys, but they just stop you anyways sometimes. but you can get past them sometimes. I don't really know football lingo, so I don't know what any of this stuff means. It looks like it could actually be something. It looks like it's a whole little VMU football thing, like it's actually pretty good, so I'm going to give this one a B. For the next category, we have the strategy games. And to start out, we have, from the VMU compilation game, the 4 wins, Connect 4. Yep, it's a B. Next is Cardcaptor Sakura Oyatu, but that doesn't really say anything, does it? Well, at the very least, it's a officially licensed Cardcaptor Sakura game, and it looks like you just feed this little guy. Yummy. Don't feed him bugs. That's gross. Just feed him food. And that's the whole game. So I'm going to give this a C for Cardcaptor. Yep. The next one is Cardcaptor Sakura Tobakero. Flying frog? Let's see. It looks like a globe that is spinning on a pedestal, and you press A and you blow the globe as it moves up and down, and you get more points, you collect as many things. This seems a little more skill-based than the previous game. Yeah, this one's a B. If the other one was a C, yeah, for Cardcaptor, this one's a B for slightly better. Up next, we have the Good Simon Says again. That's right, it's I Do, You Do. Remember, it's got the good graphics. Yep, that is a B. Next, this game I think is really addicting. It's a puzzle game called Light. In it, I presume you want to make everything turn into lights and not darks. So, I am trying to do something like that. It is quite difficult. I really enjoy this kind of game. This is really fun, so I'm going to give this one an A. It's got quite the replayability for me. After that is the Phantasy Star Online slide puzzle. You'll notice we got the normal one here. Don't bother with that. Just do the PSO version. It actually has the PSO logo. Yay, look at that. It's a picture. However, replayability, not there so much, because it's just a slide puzzle. I'm going to give this one a C. This one here says Swampy, but it's actually not Swampy. It's Glucky Labyrinth. We'll get into that one later. That's in the adventure ones. There's a reason I'm holding back on those ones. That's not Swampy there. Don't worry about that. Up next we have Where is Bruce? This game is quite the gem. I'm sure you've played a version of this before. All you have to do is move this ball out that exit by holding A to move yourself, I guess, out of the ball, the selector, to move these pieces. They can only move left or right or up or down, whichever way they're positioned. The square pieces can move both up and down and left and right. And yeah, you just want to get the ball out the exit. That's great. It's very difficult. I love it. I'm giving this one an S. With that one finished, we only have one category remaining, and that is adventure. There's only 4 games in here. They all play on the emulator just fine. Let's start here with this Forever Legend Pocket. It does run fast. However, that's not really the problem. However, it kinda is. You'll see. Let's go to town first here. And who do we want to talk to? Well, we're going to talk to everybody because they just say one sentence. And it's like the tutorial area in the most literal sense. Alright, fantastic. Let's go to the dungeon. And oh cool, it's a first person. Press forward. Oh, I'm going to go back one. I turn left and I look left and I don't see where that is. And these directions don't really make sense. This looks like it was gonna be something pretty cool, but it's like not. So whenever you get to a monster, it's like, there's combat of some kind, but it's a little too fast, and I really don't think I can care for this one compared to what I know is coming up. And with this one, I'm gonna give it a B, because it's definitely not bad, that's for sure. It just could be a lot better. It's B for could be better. Next we have the previously mentioned Glucky Labyrinth. I don't know if it's G-Lucky or Glucky. I've never heard the word Glucky. Anyways, you get in here, and it's all running fast and stuff, and that's fine. Oh, it's also first person. And oh, look at these graphics. I'm going to turn left here, and look at that. It actually turned down the proper thing. Now, sure, this chest didn't appear until I was right up on it. Draw distance is pretty terrible, I guess. And, oh, it doesn't really run the best on here, because I'm trying to press A and it's not working, so I got to reset that. I'm just going to walk over here. Go to the next floor. Ooh, you find another map, and okay, you get it. It runs basically great. It looks way better than Forever Legend Pocket. I'm gonna give Glucky Labyrinth an A. Sure, it's not running the best on the emulator, but put this on your VMU, you've got something to do for a while. That's a solid A. Next we have Legend, or as it is called when you get in the game, Nanwake Densetsu, which means some kind of legend. And yes, it is running fast, but this is entirely turn-based, and this game is, I could probably do a whole video about it. I don't want to because of reasons. This game is deep. It has got a lot going on for it. It's making some cute little sounds whenever everybody talks, but I've disabled that because, like I mentioned, these VMU sounds are basically annoying. When you start, there is a way to save. You want to come over here to the hotel guy. The first thing he says is, you want to stay there for like $5, or do you want to save? And when you stay there, it heals you, obviously. This is where you purchase and sell things. The first thing he says is, do you want to buy things? The second thing here is, do you want to sell something with your own? What would you like to purchase? Oh, look at that. Sword, another sword, clothing, a shield, something to heal yourself, and a fruit that takes you back to town when you eat it, I guess. Here you have items, magic, you start out with none. Status, obviously these stats are not great. Let me show off some of my stats here on my personal save. As you get through here, it says experience till next level, health, magic power, attack, defense, speed, coolness, manliness, and likability. I don't really know how those last 3 stats fit into anything, especially the gameplay whenever you're just attacking monsters, because like I said, it's turn-based. Yeah. Anyways, let's get up on out here. Find something to fight. Usually it's a lot faster than this. Poadian, whatever that means. So the first thing here is attack. You got your items, you got your magic, you can run away, or you could take a picture because there is a whole album. Look at some of these pictures I have taken. There's so many different monsters. I haven't even seen close to all of them. I've only got like 6, 7 collective hours playing. Anyways, back to this. Gonna attack him. Oh, 1 point of damage because I'm just slapping him with bare fists. And he attacks. That did quite a bit of damage. I'm gonna attack him one more time, and he's dead. Get 1 experience, and I got $4 from him. This game, some kind of legend. It just says legend right here. Yeah, this is an S. This is the tippity top of S's. I love this game to death. However, we also have 9 apps to review. That's right, there's a couple different apps that do various things. So I'm just gonna kind of go in here and we're gonna take a look at these 9 apps that I've deemed somewhat actually useful. Alright, this first one is sound. It generates all possible sounds, I guess. Not on the TV though. It's only gonna generate those sounds through the actual VMU when you have it hooked up. And as you can see, you can mess with all kinds of different little settings and I guess make sounds. I guess that has its use. I'm gonna put this as a C. We got this inverted just so you can tell the apps apart. Okay, it's a C. Next, we have the VM Sketch. VM Sketch. Yeah, that was from the VMU All-Stars game from earlier, if you remember. That's basically a C. It's kind of useful. After that, we have Chow Editor 1 and 2. They're just going to be grouped together into Chow Editor 2 in my eyes, because who in the world is going to bother with Chow Editor 1? Who's playing? No, that's terrible Chow Garden in the first game. Anyways, in here you can change things. You can modify stuff, delete the Chow, save. data. I don't know. Oh, right. To save the settings you changed. Anyways, change the name, appearance, happiness, age, life count. Yeah, so many different things. What it's holding, you can just make your own custom chow. You can set emotional percentages. So this has quite the use. I think this is very useful. This is a B. This is a good app. You know, it's cutting out a lot of time since you don't have the black market on the Sega Dreamcast. That's a B. Next app is VM Dice. And by dice, they just mean die. It's just the one, but they didn't want to put VMU die. That would look a little weird, I guess. So VM Dice, it's just a 6D, and you press A, and it makes a new number randomly pop up. That's functional. That's a B. Yep, that's also a B. As you can tell, these are just going up. We're just going up in the scale. After that, we have quite the work of art from Rockin' B here. You might have seen it earlier, it was the 3D.VMI. Well, guess what? It is a whole 3D wireframe engine. You can change the coordinates, you can turn on or off values of like having it show lines or not, so it just shows the endpoints, but then it becomes impossible to see. You can rotate it around, change the scale. It's a little 3D engine inside the VMU. It's actually really impressive. This is a piece of work that somebody clearly put a lot of time and effort into. A lot of love went into this project. So I'm giving this one an A. It definitely deserves it. After that, we have, as it is called on here, PCV09 Beta. A little pocket calculator for... and then it just cuts off. You put in numbers. It gives you out numbers. That's 54. It's a whole calculator. Yeah, that's an A. And now the only thing slightly more useful than a calculator, in my opinion, is going to be this VMU 8-ball. That's right, it is a magic 8-ball on your VMU. No longer do you have to wear trip pants to carry around your magic 8-ball. You can just keep it inside a little VMU, press a button, and it says yes, no, or try again later. Well, very useful, more useful than a calculator. I would make decisions based off of this. I'm going to give this an A. And now for the final ranking, the top app, it is going to be an S, I'll tell you now. And what could it possibly be? Well, it is called Neko. Don't know why there's two Ks right there. Neko does not have two Ks in it in Japanese. Anyways, it's just a cat. I love it. You get to just run up, down, left, right, and you're a cat. And if you hold A and B, he gets tired, he takes a little nap. Oh my god, you let go and he just gets up, he's ready to go, just like a cat. I'm gonna give this one an S. And I mean, look at how cute he is on this little screen too. This is the most useful app, slightly more useful than a Magic 8-Ball, because you get to be a cat, and I love cats. So there you have it, plenty of mini games you can basically sideload onto your VMU for playing anywhere on the go. Those top 3 games there are basically as quality as it gets here, the A ranks are also just as good, and that Neko app too, oh my goodness. As always, thank you for watching, commenting what you comment, liking what you like, and yeah, enjoy the new to you VMU.